You guys, we're here! Finally! Oh my goodness, you don't understand how long I've been waiting for this. Oh my goodness, you guys, Parkasaurus has officially hit early access, and I could not be more thrilled. So, I want to give it, first of all, a huge thank you to the creators of the game for giving me a key to play it, because, oh my goodness, this game is bringing me back to my childhood. This reminds me so much of the old Zoo Tycoon 2 games. I used to love those, and I haven't seen anything that was like that for years. The closest thing we had, I think, is the Wildlife Park games, which I think those were around the same time. They're pretty old games as well, and they are available on Steam, but we haven't seen a good successor to those games or anything in that genre for years. Finally, now, after years and years and years without a good zoo builder game, we have Parkasaurus, and I've had the chance to play around with it a little bit for these past few days, and it is incredible. Now, before we jump in, I do want to point out this little note with the blue dino at the bottom where it says, "Hi there, thank you for being an early supporter. Early supporters help developers like the two of us follow our passions, try out fun ideas, take risks, and ultimately pour our hearts into bringing new creative content to the world. We're now very excited about bringing you into the process. We are confident that you can help the game become all that it can be with your awesome ideas and visions. Parkasaurus is in alpha, so please understand that there will be bugs, crashes, and performance issues. This is the natural life of an early access title, and we know you understand that. Again, thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy." So, just keep that in mind. We might see crashes. Always with any early access game, there's a chance that saves could be rendered incompatible. We might have to start over a few times. Just be ready for that. And with that said, we're going to click New Game, and we are going to go ahead and we'll do a standard game to start off with. I'm going to skip the tutorial because I've already played through it. We're going to do New Game, and there we go. I forgot what button to click there. And we're going to go ahead, and it's going to ask us to, momentarily when it loads, there we go, to name our park, and, what's a good name for the park? Let's go with, Dinosaratopia or something. I don't know. I'm terrible with naming things, as you guys are about to find out. So, this is our park, you guys! It's looking fabulous, isn't it? No, it's not. There's nothing here. There's a bunch of dead trees and rubbish all over. We're gonna change that! We're gonna change that, and we're gonna jump in and get started on this park. So we have, actually, I'm very impressed with the size of this. We have a very expansive area to work with right off the bat, and I love that. The delivery truck doesn't have anything for us this morning, so we're actually gonna go ahead, we're gonna destroy this oil drum. We're, in fact, gonna destroy a lot of things, so I'm gonna go around. These trees are not the kind of tree that we actually want to keep. We'll be putting in better trees when we actually build our exhibits. And we can go ahead and we can remove these as well. We can do a lot of things here. And we delete that. And the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to build an exhibit, because we look at our inventory, we have a Stegosaurus egg. And so we're going to build an exhibit for our Stegosaurus. Actually, I lied. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our entrance area here. So we have to do a little bit before we can open the park. You can see it actually says park closed up here, and we're not going to open it until we have dinosaurs. So we're going to go ahead, we'll get a path. We're going to put in, I'm going to do a standard path all the way down here. We're going to make a nice wide entry area, because this is kind of like the main street of our park here. And then what I always like to do is I like to go to the buildings area, and I like to go to the decorations area, and I like to plunk down a nice metal arch right in the beginning. So we want to keep it, I think we want to put it here on this fourth space, and that way our guests will have a nice area to enter to, and it should be pretty cool. So let me see. I think what I'm going to do here is we'll go ahead and we'll put down some more path, and we'll kind of just put some path right here, and then we'll do an area. So to get the fences, we can put, we're going to rotate this around, and I'm going to put, so we can't put the fence there, so we'll run the fence line just right down along there. And same thing on the other side, we'll run the fence line right down along here. And that'll be kind of, I like to put the privacy fence there because nobody can actually see it, and so it kind of just fits. And then we'll run our, we'll run this fence all the way along here. Now, oh, no, don't do that. There we go. So what we're going to do then is right in the beginning, what do you always want at the front of any zoo, theme park, anything? You want to put a bathroom, because chances are everybody's been in the car for a while, and they're not going to want to go bustling into the park without a chance to address a potential need. So we're going to plunk that down right there, and we'll actually, just for good measure, we'll go ahead and stick another one on the other side. Got to rotate it around so they can actually get into it, and we should have a nice amount of bathrooms right there. We'll put some trash cans there too, just in case anybody happens to be carrying anything in the park that they need to throw away. And that should be pretty good. We should be good to go there. And I think I'm just gonna clean up this path a little bit here. I do get a little bit, I like to make sure everything looks very exact and nice, and there's no weird spots you can see. So we're gonna be trying to make this look as nice as we possibly can. Now, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna run this along here. We gotta delete that first. There's no good way to do this without just running the fence. So what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna run this all the way along here, and we have an exhibit that's 16 to 20 feet. Okay. So what we're gonna wanna do then is we're gonna wanna extend it out a little bit further, and I'll explain the reason for this in a moment. So let's put that out there. We've got a 252-foot exhibit. That should be enough. If we combine these, we should be able to then have a much larger exhibit. Now, why do we need so much space? We need this much space because we want to make sure we have at least 1,800. The reason for wanting 1,800 specifically is that will sustain a herd size of three starter dinos, basically. So that Stegosaurus is a medium-sized dino, and that'll be a good starting amount of space for that particular dino. So, with that said, I'm also going to put in a little area here, and oops, that was not quite what I wanted to do. But we can go here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do that there. And then I'm actually going to delete some of this, and the reason we're going to do that is because I can get in there and delete this one too. There we go. The reason we're going to do that is because we'll actually build a little path area there, and we can put concession stalls at what's going to end up kind of being a crossroads area. So we want to just make like a big square here. So 1, 2, 3, and then this one. We can go all the way down here, and we can go across here, and we'll have like a nice square area. And this will be a good kind of, it'll be like a good area. Wait a minute, did I do this wrong? So 1, 2, how did I manage to do this wrong? Okay. That's right. Oh, there's a weird, how did it get so weird? Oh my goodness. Okay. So that's not supposed to be that big. That's, oh, I have messed something up. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, okay. No, that actually should be right. Okay, so I managed to mess things up already. Great! I get a little particular about this. I like to make everything look really nice. And so let's do this. We'll put this here. We're gonna have to start a new day right off the bat, which usually happens. I'm usually not done with the first exhibit in the first day here. So let's go ahead and delete that. And that should be better, so... Oh, that's what's going on. Okay, I started the path too far over, so I just have to add another row right along here, and then remove this, because I started it too far back. That's why it's off. Okay, and that makes sense. And then if we have our paths, we should be able to just start. So 1, 2, 3 looks good, 1, 2, 3 looks good, and 1, 2, 3. That does not look good. Great. Are we... That's right. So, okay, that just went too far over. Alright, we can just remove these paths here, and we should be good to go. And we should have our nice area all set up. So that's going to be our first little crossroads. Now, what I think I'm going to do... So we have a path here. We have the option to... I'm going to kind of go back a little ways into it, because we want to be able to put... at some point, a science building in. Now, we're not probably going to do that right away, and I haven't hired any employees yet either, because we don't want to be charged for them if we're not actually using them right away. So science building won't fit there. now that I'm thinking about it, I'm actually rethinking this layout just a tiny bit here. What I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this area. And we can just kind of cover that whole area. And then we can actually put a... Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. I should be able to... I can just measure with the paths, right? So we have 3... 1, 2, 3. So this is the middle right there. So one more right here is the middle. And what we'll do is we'll actually run a privacy fence down here because it's nice to have the privacy fences in between exhibits. And we'll just go ahead and we'll remove this. So here we go. We can just do this whole area. Not what I wanted to do there. Oh, okay, so we finished our first day with nothing. We spent some money, but that's fine. We'll just break down this fence on the next day. Oh, and we have mail. We can flush some toilets. Okay, so when we have guests, we'll start doing that. This might be a little bit of a long first episode, too. I just really want to be able to get into the game. And you can tell me how much you want to see of the building or not. We probably won't be doing this much building all at once. We'll kind of be interspersing with other things. But for just starting out here, we have to do all this building at once. Now, the other thing I want to look at is if we could put the science building right here then. So if we do that, we could just center it like that. Okay, I like that idea. So then what we want to do is we actually want to just go right here. I think actually we want it to be right here. And something like that. That's don't worry about it creating new exhibits. We'll clean everything up once we've gotten this figured out. So if we go here, is that right? Okay, yeah, that should be right. Yeah, that's actually perfectly sized. Okay. So we'll build the other side of that. Go to fences here. I do sometimes forget where stuff is, so bear with me. I'm still getting a little bit used to that. But what we'll do now is we're actually going to remove this here. We'll remove all of that. There we go. And we can delete that. And we should have a nice area to just plop down a science center. Uh-oh. Oh, I didn't make the other side big enough, did I? Great. Okay. In a moment, we'll have a nice area big enough to plunk down a science center. Now, the science center is important because it's what lets you research upgrades for your park. Those are very important. We are going to need them. So, we want to make sure we have a good spot to put a science center. But, what I think I'll do is, yeah, I'll stick it right there. Now, I'm not going to build it immediately, but we'll leave that little alcove there so that we can put it in. And so now we have a nice exhibit, and what we need to do to actually get the exhibit ready is we need to, first of all, fill it with grass. So grass is the main component of any habitat with our starter dinos. We want to just add another row there, and then we can add another row here. I like to add it under the fences so that it's not ugly underneath there. And we can, okay, so we now have a forest exhibit. That's good. Forest is the first step in getting where we want to go. And we want to make sure that we fill that area in just so it looks nice under there. So forest is not quite what we want. I don't think we can see it just by looking. Oh yeah, we can. So we want a rainforest. So they like grass tile, they like the rainforest, and they're a medium-sized dino. So, in order to get this to be a rainforest, we actually have to click on this, it'll show us the exhibit, and we'll just call this, we'll call it Stegatopia. Stegatopia, because it's going to be for our Stegosaurus, and so we have a Dinosauratopia? What did I call the park even? I think I called it, it doesn't actually tell me. Okay then. I don't actually know where, or I bet we can see it in the office. Can we see it in the office? Dinosauratopia. Alright, that's what we call their park. So we have Stegosaurotopia here, or Stegatopia, I guess, and Dinosauratopia. And to get this to be a rainforest, what we actually need to do is we have to look over here. So that you can see there's a wetness amount here, and we need that. To get that up, we need to add the water, which is in this one, the terrain. And so we got to add some water. This is a very important part of any exhibit, and as we add the water, what you'll see is that it's actually, that's a little, don't worry about that, that's just visual, but it's actually upping the wetness that you can see right there, and so that's a very good thing, it's a very important thing, because what it means, oh no, don't do that, sometimes it does that, The terrain system is still a little bit buggy sometimes. I'm sure they'll fix that as they continue to develop the game. After all, it is still in early access, so they're still just getting the basics done. And as for right now, I still really do like the game a lot. It's already very well done. Sorry, my voice is dying for no reason. Apparently I'm not supposed to be making a video right now. I'm not supposed to be talking. No, I'm still making this video. I'm having too much fun with this game already, so. But here we go. So, I'm actually going to bring this in a little bit. I like to add rounded edges on my pond. That is a purely aesthetic thing. You do not need to do that. I just think it looks nice. We're going to round out the edges a little bit here. The easiest thing is to do it from the outside like this. I was just derping around with the water for no reason because I didn't think about it. Hi, I'm notorious for doing stuff in this game and then realizing that there was a better way to do it after I've already done it a less efficient way. So, be ready for that. But the other thing we want to keep an eye on is we want to look at the water view. So you can see we need to get some water in this area, we need to get some water over here, and we are already a rainforest, so that's a good thing. But, you can also expand the pond like this. The water will spread if you do. No, that's not what I wanted. That's why I don't like to do it that way. I end up making it worse. But you can flatten it like that. And if we go this way, we can expand it out just a little bit here. And that should work. I'm going to bring this back in. There we go. We can add a little bit on this corner just to make it a little rounder. There we go. And that should have fixed a lot of the water problems we're having. So we can't put anything right in this spot. I don't think we're going to put anything right in that spot. So the last thing we probably need to do is to put some water kind of back here somewhere. Now, we already are a rainforest, so we've got that covered. We just want to make sure that we've got enough water to plant vegetation places. Oh my goodness, has it already been 2 days? So it has. So it has. All right. Well, we are going to hurry and finish up this exhibit. I don't normally spend this much time building. Normally it's spread out with other things too, so I apologize if the building is not your forte. Stick around. We will be doing other things in this series too. We will be getting to the dinosaurs. But we got to get the exhibit set up to be nice for them first. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. And we should... No, we can't go any further than that. So if we look at our water view now, there's just a little area here, so I can just kind of add in another pond right here, and that should have fixed almost everything. If we do that, yeah, that fixed pretty much everything. Just expand out a little bit this way, and not that I said expand. There we go. So if we look at that, then yeah, we're pretty much good. We can't plant anything right up against that wall, but it'll be all right. This will work for the time being. We can extend this just slightly. And there we go. We can make this a little bit smoother. And once we get this pond area kind of cleaned up and looking just a little nicer, then we should be almost ready to go. Now you can see on the graph there that it is a rainforest. We've got a lot of wetness, so that's good. We've got the rainforest, which is the preferred habitat of the dinos we're going to be adding in here, which is going to be the Stegosaurus to start off with. And so, in fact, I'm going to just remove that whole row there. And so that's looking pretty good in terms of the water level. We should be able to plant stuff pretty much anywhere we want in here. So we can turn that off. Now what we want to do is we want to address the biodiversity, because you can see there's nothing here. There's literally nothing. And so we want to start planting some trees, adding these in, and you can see we're slowly raising the biodiversity. So normally what I'll do is I'll add a few oak trees, and then I'll come in and fill the gaps with some of these smaller apple trees. We'll add a few of those around, and then we'll go even smaller. We'll add the small oaks in, and I'm trying not to plant them in the water. I think you can plant them in the water, but I just find it doesn't quite have the same level of realism. And there we go. So we added the 20 trees that we needed to get our biodiversity up. Now we're going to do the same thing for the bushes. We're going to add some of these daffodils around, and we'll just plant quite a few of these. Oh, and it looks like it's the end of the day, so we'll go ahead and go next day. And we're almost done with this, you guys, so don't worry. We're gonna be adding our dinos quite soon. We also still have a decent amount of money, so that's good. But this is why I didn't want to hire employees when we're not actually going to have we're not going to actually have anything for them to do. I'm just planting a few of these around. I'm planting more than I need to because they're cheap and they look nice. And the reason I'm not using these is because they strike me as more of a taiga-looking bush, and so I kind of want to save them for that. Now, oftentimes when I add rocks, I'll stick them in the water because it works, and it saves some space on land. Again, I think you can stick pretty much anything in the water, but it just doesn't feel very realistic to me, and so I try not to do it. So we can add some of these smaller rocks around in the ponds, just add a little bit in there. And there we go, we've got the rocks we need. So our exhibit is almost ready. There's just one more thing we need to do. So if we go to this eye here, you can see the privacy view. Now our exhibit is already pretty private. You can see there's a lot of green area, which is where privacy won't deplete. But what we don't have is something to counterbalance these areas here. These will cause the privacy to deplete, and if we don't go back to our terrain area here and get some of this grass, our dinos won't have anywhere to replenish their privacy need. And so we got to add some of this grass around in the areas of the exhibit where they can kind of go to take a nap and replenish their privacy so that they're not too stressed out because everybody's staring at them all the time. Wouldn't you find that stressful? I sure would. So we got to give them somewhere to kind of chill out and take it easy, and so I just tend to scatter this grass around different places. And it also adds a really nice feel to the exhibit. It gives it a very organic look rather than it would if it was just all flat like it is here. With just a little shrubby grass that's added as an aesthetic. I like the way this larger grass looks too. We probably don't need as much of it as we have, but the privacy back here is already pretty good anyway, and so I'm just going to add a little closer as well so that they have kind of an area to retreat to up here if they need to. Now, we've got pretty good privacy in the exhibit, so that's good. The one last thing we need to do is go to the exhibit here. So we have a small vegetarian feeder and a small meat feeder. We're going to put a vegetarian one in. In fact, we're going to put 2 in, just because it's nice to have a spare. And I'm going to try and keep them pretty close. In fact, I'm going to keep this one right there. And so if we keep them close to the front of the exhibit, they'll still be able to be seen when they're near the feeders, and they do like to stay near the feeders, and we'll put them near the grass as well because that will help them out when their privacy need starts to get low. So we haven't unlocked any shelters, and we haven't unlocked any toys either. The one remaining thing we have to do before this exhibit is complete is to add a door, and we're gonna do just that. So our exhibit is now ready to go, finally. We also want to make sure, well, now we'll do the outer part of it. Well, first of all, well, no, I'm going to do this now. So first of all, let's put some lights in. I'm going to put one here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we'll do the same here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, close enough. Close enough. In fact, we probably could just scoot this one over and scoot this one over, and that should be about good, actually. And can we? No, we won't move the door. The door's fine. So now we have a nice area here, and we can actually drop in some benches. Benches are very important. Guests like to be able to sit down after wandering around the zoo for the whole day, or I keep calling it a zoo. It's like a dino park. And the other thing we want to do here is we're going to just drop a donation box probably right about here so that when they see the dinosaurs, they like the dinosaurs, they can go ahead and donate. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put our Stegosaurus egg here and wait for it to hatch, and that's going to take a little while, so I'm going to we don't have any appeal here. So what we'll do then is we'll get started on the staff. So this egg will hatch fairly quickly. Let's also make sure we go here quickly and buy some food. So I'm going to buy about 4 plants, and then I'm going to add 4 to daily delivery. So that's going to be $120 each day, but it'll mean we don't run out of food for our dinos. Now let's go to the office. We have to look at our resumes. And so generally what we want to do is try to find the one that has the best balance. I generally don't try to get a cheap employee. It's generally better to get a more expensive one. So 13 speed is decent. 5 ability is amazing. 4 personality is also really, really good. So again, personality is generally not preferable to speed for me, and less ability is not a good thing. So we're going to go ahead and we'll be hiring Cronin here. So we'll go ahead and hire. There we go. And we'll go ahead and get a janitor too, just to make sure that everything stays in order. So 5 ability is good, but speed is not great. So 4 ability is pretty good. 4 ability is not bad. 4 ability, again, I like to see if we can get a 5 ability. Yeah, so this would be one who would probably be good to get, yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and we will hire this one. So I know there's no food to refill the feeder. That's because there's 2 feeders. That's why we're getting some issues there. And then for scientists, we don't really need one yet, but we do want a security. So 4 ability is not bad either. I want to see if we can get a 5 ability. Yes. So Wallace is pretty good. Yeah, Wallace is our best bet. So we'll go ahead and get Wallace as a security. And we should be able to finally release our dino. So who do we have here? We have Ike, who is a male. Okay, so we have a male Stegosaurus. And he's going to go ahead and wander off. Even though it's nighttime, we're going to open the park for the first time here. And there we go. So confetti, happiness, everybody's excited. I'm excited. And I'm going to fast forward because I don't think we're going to have too many people show up this late at night. So we'll fast forward through here. We're going to lose a decent amount of money upon heading towards the next day, but we'll go ahead and we'll play through one more day here just because we just now are getting started. Looks like Ike is happy in his new habitat. And if you guys have dinosaur names, by all means submit them. And look how cute he is. Okay, so he's actually resting there. You can see he's in a more private area. His privacy is going up. And so it does go up slowly in the other areas, but not as fast as when he's in the grass, it looks like. And so if we see him here, look how cute he is. They're such derpy dinos, and I love them. Oh my goodness. Oh, and now we're in the tree. We can't see him at all. Look at him, though. Oh, Ike, what are you doing? You've got no reason to break the fence. Oh my goodness, Ike, does he have high aggression? No, he's actually got remarkably low aggression. That's the lowest I have ever seen. Wow. Okay, then. So he's not very aggressive, he's not very scary. I think he's just in a grumpy mood, probably because he has low enrichment and low social. Unfortunately, there's not much we can do about those right off the bat. So we'll go ahead and we'll end our day now. And we didn't have anybody show up, but if we go to the next day here, we did get 1 heart, so that's good. And we'll start our new day. So, Thursday of spring, the park is open, or it will be soon. We'll have a delivery showing up soon as well. And I'm going to actually go ahead and put in that science building because we want to start earning our science as quickly as possible. So here we go. So to get we need a scientist first of all, and we're going to go ahead and go to the office and review some resumes for a scientist. So, Hassel, I don't think so. Okay, we'll check for the delivery after. We want somebody, again, with high ability. So, probably Willargo. I'm going to go ahead and hire Willargo. And let's go back to the park, and there's our new scientist. So, first things first, if I can actually select you, here we go. Get working on research, and we'll go ahead and gather up our plants there. So we should have some food for Ike now. And the guests are pouring in. Now they're all just sitting on the benches. They're great because they haven't had much fun yet. And in all fairness, we don't exactly have a lot of fun things for them to do yet. That will change. That will change. But for now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put in a food stand here. So we have the cotton candy stand. Ma'am, you just have walked where I have wanted to put this. Well then, you can see everybody's eagerly watching for Ike, though. I think they have the question mark because they couldn't actually see him. Here we go. Okay, you know what? I'm putting that there, and hopefully, yeah, okay, you did get moved, so that's good. So now we have a cotton candy stand, and I'm going to change these to, well, what I think of as more cotton candy colors, both in the colors of the candy itself. And why not turn this down, because everybody likes cheap things. And so that'll earn us a little extra money too, I hope. And we've already earned 135, I think mostly from donations. We also have this quest here to flush toilets. We have one person who's going to flush the toilet. Looks like she's waiting to go in, and if she flushes that toilet, then we'll complete our first quest. There we go! So we got an ornithopod footprint. You'll see what those are for in the next episode. We haven't really gotten the chance to cover that much this time, but I kind of just want to give you the overview of setting up the park. Next time, we'll be talking about this, the portal. The portal is fun. In fact, we'll go ahead and get it started now. So I'm going to open a portal for Stegosauria. The reason I'm going to do Stegosauria now, even though we already have a Stegosaurus, and we have to wait for this to finish, so that's why I'm clicking away from the screen. The reason that I'm looking for Stegosauria, even though we already have a Stegosaurus, is that we don't want to have to build a whole new exhibit. We want to try and get several dinos in one before we do that. And so we're going to try and do that first. Looks like we've got a lot of people, actually. This is a fair number. This must be at least 20. And, oh, one thing I've forgotten. Oh, we gotta hurry and do this. We gotta get a trash can down, like, right in here, so that people will actually be able to throw away their trash and not dump it on the ground for our poor janitor to have to deal with. And that's probably a reasonable distance away from the... Normally, they don't throw their trash right by it, so that's probably a reasonable place to put it. Yeah, you can see, it looks like she's throwing away her old cotton candy there, so that's pretty good. Wow, the park is already quite busy, and we've already made $400 in donations. That's pretty amazing. So you can see, too, whenever they get that little yellow circle over their heads, that means they're looking to donate. And so hopefully, yeah, so this person's going to go donate. Hopefully somebody else will as well. You can also click on the individual ones, so like we can look at Yarda. We can find out, oh, hey, Yarda likes Stegosauria dinosaurs, so Stegosaurus is in that family. Interested in learning, yes, that comes into play a little later on. Relax, so that's probably a good thing. Perhaps a few decorations would liven this park up. Yeah, we don't have many decorations just yet, and there's not many options for food. I mean, all we really have is cotton candy, so that's understandable. Definitely understandable, yeah. And look at our scientist here dancing around and doing research. Oh my goodness. Well, in any case, research is good. So you'll be able to see we're getting science here, and that's an important thing. Look at how these people's fun level is going up, too. They're slowly turning less gray. That's a very, very good thing. And that's something we definitely want to keep trying for here. So, it looks like, how is Ike doing? Where is Ike? I've lost our dinosaur. This is not a good thing. Oh, Ike's right over here. So, Ike is over here. Ike is pretty happy. Has a little bit of enrichment and a little bit of social. These needs are ones that are going to be difficult to get up, and that's the other reason we want to make sure we add other dinosaurs right away. Otherwise, the social need will start to cause us problems. Privacy need is doing good, going back up, because currently Ike is in the bushes. Food is good. Happiness overall is 74, so that's pretty good. So, yeah, everything so far is looking pretty good. Oh. Is this actually out? No, there's more food over here. Okay, so that's why we're having problems, is because this keeper is trying to do both of the feeders. Now, we actually have an expedition here already, so let's go ahead and we'll do the dig. So we have Largo, who's got quite a good dig area, actually. We can kind of just clear some of this out. So it looks like there's some things for sure. And then we'll use our ability to just clear some of these out. And you can see we got a footprint, we got a skull, we've got some money, we've got another footprint, we've got more footprints, we've got more footprints here, and we've got another skull. Now, what are these used for? We're going to return home, and we'll just go ahead and we'll start a new expedition now. What are these used for? We can use them to make eggs, and so if we go and look at the, where are we looking for? We're looking for Stegosaurus. You can see we have the Stegosauria footprint and the Stegosauria skull. So now if we get an imperfect gem, we can actually get another Stegosaurus, and we can get another, or we can get that gem by going back to town, going to the gem shop, and buying one. So now we can come here and we can create a Stegosaurus egg. So there we are. And what does it take to create a Kentros? We need an uncommon gem. Okay, so I think, is that the one we actually... Imperfect. No, uncommon is different. So what we can actually do is we can drop this egg down here, and we'll start hatching that one, and see if we have another Stego hatch soon. I believe the first egg is the fastest to hatch. So it looks like this is another male Stego. I was hoping we could get a female. You can breed them. I haven't really experimented with that, and I think it's already, I haven't actually tried it. I think it is already implemented, but if we could find Ike just vanishes into the grass. Oh my goodness. Where did Ike even go? Oh, Ike's right there. Okay. No, 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 no. Let me click you, buddy. Let me click you. Yeah, I know there's no food to refill the feeder. It's okay. So, Ike, if we look here, you can click this checkbox to... Okay, oh, so it does say coming soon. So we can't breed them yet, but we will be able to breed them at some point. And I'm hoping that'll affect traits because so far you can see if you click on them, there's the aggression, there's scariness, and it'd be nice to... It'd be nice to see if you could, like, breed for less aggressive dinos or something, or dinos who do less damage or something, just generally dinos that will do better in captivity. It'd be nice to see if you could breed for that and kind of, I guess, domesticate dinosaurs. That'd be pretty cool. But that's not in this version of the game, so that's something we'll have to save for the future. Alright, so the park is about to close, and we're actually going to wrap up when it does. But yeah, so this has been an introduction to Parkasaurus. Again, I love this game already. It brings back memories of playing Zoo Tycoon 2 when I was younger. And really, I haven't seen a good game of this genre for years and years and years. So, great job to the creators for making this game. I'm so thrilled to see that we finally have another good zoo builder on the scene. And so I'll show you what we get to see when we actually have something to look at as we close out here. So it'll give you an overview of the money and stuff that you've earned, and then you can look here at the different the stats from the days. So Dinosauratopia was clean. Okay, nice. Is your food 100% range-free local? Happiness about Ike. Dinosauratopia was tidy. I was happy with the cleanliness. The park was a bit dull. Too many people around Ike, so that's a little... So I guess they don't like the crowds. Dinosauratopia had Ike, the best species of all. Dinosauratopia was more like Boringville. Hey, that's not very nice. It was okay and mess. So people aren't super happy with the park just yet, but admittedly we have one dinosaur and a cotton candy stand, so... That will change. That will change in the future. We're starting from the bottom, and we're going to work our way up. But it is about time to wrap up the episode here, and so we're going to go ahead and do that. We will be back in this series soon. I'm really enjoying this game. I'm very excited to do a series with it finally. I've been waiting for this for a long time, and hopefully you guys will be enjoying it too. So again, special thank you to the creators for giving me a key for the game. And hopefully you guys will go check this game out too. It's available for early access as of the time this video is releasing, so definitely make sure you go check it out because, again, it's an amazing game. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.